Hey guys, it's Beth, and welcome to Game Girl Beth, the one show on YouTube where we take a look at every single game released for the Game Boy in North America. Now, you may be wondering, why is everything blue? Well, that seems simple. Because this started out as a Pokemon channel, to be perfectly honest. And I figured, it would make sense to have a long-running series, or semi-long-running, during our new excursion with this gimmick of playing nothing but Game Boy games. And of course, Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow are Game Boy games. So I figured the smartest thing for us to do would be to play Pokemon Blue, Red, and Yellow as they were intended, with an asterisk onto that. Obviously I was going to always include them, but I decided to change it up a little bit. So, for our different run-throughs, because it's very similar games, I am limiting myself exclusively to using Pokemon that are exclusive to their version, plus their starter. You may be worried, like, oh, well, what about Bulbasaur? Because there's no green version that was available in North America. Well, when we eventually get to the Game Boy Advance era, then it won't be an issue. Also, I'll probably just use Bulbasaur in yellow, alongside Pikachu, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. So, for Pokemon Blue, we will be having, of course, Blastoise, Sandslash, Ninetales, Persian, Victreebel, and either Magmar or Pinsir. It depends on how I feel. I'd probably go for Magmar, honestly, because it's just slightly better than Pinsir. Sandslash, not very good. Ninetales, great. Persian, phenomenal. And Victreebel, great, because it has the wrap glitch. Now, as you may notice already, we do have one slight change on the title screen. And that is the fact that my character is female. Now, obviously, one of the main issues with Pokemon Red and Blue is the fact they limit the genders solely to male. So, yeah, it's not ideal. Oh my god, I pressed V. So, we're gonna be Bluey for this one. So I have downloaded a mod to have it so that I can play as a girl in this. Now, obviously, this poses some issues of like, oh, are you sure that this is going to be a fair assessment if you've changed something about it? Well, it's a sprite change, and I think we all kind of know that in spite of Pokemon Red and Blue's problems, they are the 10 out of 10 games on the Game Boy. In my personal opinion, I do not believe there is a single better game for the Game Boy than the original Pokemon Red and Blue. I think that these are essentially perfect games. They are phenomenal RPGs, and frankly, I feel like people underrate them nowadays, simply because they have bugs. And the fact is, a lot of games of this era have bugs. And I think a lot of it also comes down to the fact that a lot of people are tired of Kanto, but that's not a problem with the game. That's a problem with you personally. Okay. So, we're just gonna play this completely normal. If I remember correctly, Squirtle is mid? Yep. Oh, I didn't even think of what I was going to name Squirtle. I genuinely didn't think about it. Yes, I would like to name Squirtle. Blue Turtle. I don't know why my brain said Ponyo, and I was like, that's a fish! That counts. That's a fish girl. And now our rival has Bulbasaur. And Bulbasaur is phenomenal. Bulbasaur is my personal favorite. It's part of the reason why I'm fine leaving Bulbasaur out this one time. Because, let's be honest, I've selected Bulbasaur in every single one of these runs otherwise. Now, I may swap this to be, compatible with, Game Boy Color, because, you know, it will make it more fun to have a little bit of color, I'll say. I think they're going to win here. That's just because Bulbasaur naturally is just 1,000 times better than its competition. God, that Bulbasaur sprite is one of my favorites. I think it's so adorable. I also... part of me, the reason I want to do this is because as I'm recording this, it is still 2025. I did not want to work on more Holiday of Horror. I've discussed this in the past. But me and my work, we just did our Secret Santa, and my one coworker got me a Squirtle plush, and it's very sweet. And I was like, you know what would be fun? Playing this game with a Squirtle. Yeah. So all I have done, is make it so impossible Evos are possible, which I don't think matters for the exclusives, so that's fine. Yeah. I'm going to not use speed up. That is #1 priority, is I'm refusing to do that this time. Not a Nuzlocke or anything. Just playing pretty much normal, except we also get, we just get, you know, specific Pokemon that are exclusive. Because version exclusives are one of those things there that people really don't think about anymore because it's so easy to get everything through the process of the internet. Fun fact, Gusty is actually a normal type move in this game. Also, Pidgey looks fucking weird in this game. I will say though, this is the game that has the one Spearow sprite that I actually like because it looks like a Pokemon instead of just a bird. It actually works really well with its evolution into Fearow too. Okay, I'm going to be honest. Okay, so as you can see, I have the Squirtle next to me. The entire point was I was going to have my team laid out over here. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just going to change this now because I don't particularly like, I don't like how it looks. I'm going to instead make this my good friend over here. That there, and then you, we make larger as well. Perfect! And then we'll update to that, to be a Wartortle and Blastoise later. How about that? Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that looks better. I might even update that to be a plushie instead, but, you know. I like this. Because, unfortunately, the sprites in this game are literally, like, 50 by 50 pixels. So they're always going to be quite low res. Oh, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Oh well. I don't think I can get any Pokemon until Cerulean. In fact, I think I get most of my Pokemon near Cerulean. I get Sandshrew, Persian, and Bellsprout there, so we're gonna be rocking out with nothing for a hot minute, I think. But that's fine. I mean, like, I like Squirtle. And I guess for a minute here, it's just going to be a Squirtle-only run. Oh, right, I have to... I was about to start moving up, but... it's not how this works. Also, if people dislike the blue sprite, I'll change to red for red version. But I will stick with yellow for yellow version. It's the same yellow mod that I used with the Soul Link with Evan. Speaking of Soul Link, we should be doing that at some point. So, you know, look forward to that, I guess. I like Soul Link. I like doing Soul Link, so... it should be happening soon. Everything should be in place, but it just depends on Evan's schedule more than anything else. You know how it is. I just want to point out how good the music in this game is. It's just genuinely the fucking best. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to take a moment and speed through all this text. I would also like to do two things. Oh my gosh, you can see the Miku on this official Nintendo 3DS that I have here. I'm just going to quickly utilize this Nintendo 3DS. And I want to try something. I'm just going to go here. Let's go for you. And then we'll hit this. Ignore that. There's no Miku. Why is it not showing up as colorful? There we are. That's much better. I feel like a lot of people played the game this way because it's, because they may have had it on a Game Boy Color or a Game Boy Advance. I'm also going to quickly, actually, while I'm here, remove the capture cursor element from Streamlabs. Because remember, this is being played on the Nintendo 3DS through the eShop re-releases of this video game. Theoretically, we have a fight with green to the left of here. Honestly, I kinda would want to have a water-type move before then. I kinda just want to go to Brock. Brock would kind of be our best bet right now. Huh, no item there? I thought there was an item there. I guess it's up here. I do wish that they made this sprite with, like, the leaf hat, but I'm guessing it's a bit more difficult than I would assume. Blue. I much prefer this than the grayscale, frankly. Oh god, poison. The one great thing about having Blastoise for this run is that, oddly enough, it's kind of fast. So you have pretty decent chances of crits in this game, because crits are based upon speed in this game. I honestly might need to get an antidote, to go through this area now that I look at it. Oh my god, Ponyo, you cannot be missing attacks when you are on a timer. We only have 2 potions and we gotta get you back to the Pokemon Center. You cannot be affording to miss moves. I've been crit. Okay, I crit back, that's good. Level 8, can I get Bubble? Bubble? Hell yes. Okay, that'll make life significantly easier. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now we want 100. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use the potion now. Goddamn. Okay. Yeah, we gotta buy potions and antidotes. We don't need Pokeballs. Like, we do not need those until Cerulean. We're fine. Because shinies don't exist in this game. I mean, they kinda do. Like, technically the flag is there, but, like... Name how many colors there are in a Game Boy. Game Boy, it's 4 colors, it's 4 shades of green. So, you're not getting shinies here. Sorry to say. It's going to quickly get, like, 10 of those. Are there no potions here? Holy shit, dude. That's fucked up. This blue is really soothing. I don't know what it is, it's just nice. Now the question becomes, am I going to use this blue background for thumbnails? Because we haven't been using the pink thumbnails. I don't know. I'll have to see. I do love that fun thing where, because this is an inverse of or a recolor of the red sprite, we still get the red spot for the hat in the hair. Just makes me want the hat for Leaf, because technically this is blue or green, not Leaf, but you know. Don't poison me, please. Kakuna, with your weird fucking arms that you have in this game. If you want to know why certain Pokemon have certain features in this game, such as these arms, it is because Kakuna, for this one, there is official Ken Sugimori art where, you know how Kakuna kind of looks like it has a tie on the front of it with how it's, like, all cocooned up? Ken Sugimori, when initially making a draft of it, made it so that those arm pieces, quote-unquote, were more similar to a collar, like a collar for where you tie a necktie around. And that got misconstrued because it was looking head-on into looking like stingers, like stinger arms. So it ended up looking like that. It's the same reason why, fun fact, this is an assumption that I've made a while ago, but I 100% will stand by it. Have you ever noticed that Graveler has 4 arms and then it evolves to only have 2? Seems a little backwards, doesn't it? Well, it's because of a mistake, I think. Because, if you look at the sprite of Graveler in this game, it only has 2 arms. Or, more accurately, it has 4 arms and no legs, because it looks like it's crawling. So, because of that, I believe that it was misconstrued that the legs were additional arms, and you just couldn't see the legs. So it became known for having 4 arms when that wasn't the initial intention. I at least assume, because otherwise, what the fuck? Okay, there should be an item in front of this dude. Why did that do so little that time? What? Okay. Yeah, that time it did way more. I don't know what's going on there. That's fine. We'll deal with it. Huh. Do they really not have one in this game? I could have sworn there was an item right in front of him. Oh no, it's right here instead. Okay. Because in this game you pick up items beneath you instead of in front of you. At least I think. It's hard to tell sometimes. Alright. Gym 1 time. I always forget how fast this game is when you're not trying to have a balanced team. Though, to be fair, we're going to have to balance a team afterwards. But that's A-okay. Light years from facing Brock. But light years measures distance and not time. Of course, Diglett and Dugtrio are literal Ubers in this game because they are some of the fastest Pokemon. And because, you know, speed determines crits, they crit every time they hit. This is honestly why I don't mind having, Hi, Sandshrew, you're going to be on my team eventually. Which, you know what, that's not going to be that bad, because we can actually give you all the TMs. Oh, I should have figured out... Shit. Oh man, I want to be able to have multiple of the same TM. Because it's useful. Ah, jeez. I'll have to look into ways of doing that. If nothing else, I can just cheat it in. What is cheating to— Yeah, of course. I literally just said it would be cheating. I don't care. That's the one thing I really don't like about Pokemon games pre... was it Black and White that changed it? I think Black and White changed it. I don't like, the fact that moves are limited. I'll be honest. I think it's stupid. I don't think moves should be limited. I think moves should be completely, like, open. And of course, there's a way to duplicate items in this game, so I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it really matters. I love this Geodude sprite. He's just like, yo, what's up? Check out this thing behind me. It's pretty sick, right? Hello, Onix. Onix used to be incredibly powerful in this game, specifically because it could have Bind, which, you know, locks people in place. Unfortunately, he didn't hit that. So, we win, bitch! Boulder badge time, motherfucker. Get fucked, idiot. TM34, that's going to be, Bide. Okay. That one sucks. I thought it was going to be Rock Tomb. Shit, or Rock Throw at least. Fuck. I wish it was Bind instead of Bide. Bide has always sucked and will always suck. Alright. It's time to keep on schmoovin'. We have to at least fight everyone on this route. I think, at least. Especially since we're so close to evolving. Like, it just makes sense. No! My accuracy, I need that. Please do not take away my accuracy. I will be completely honest, I'm still very scared about doing this whole gimmick and seeing how it works. But honestly, I'm having way more fun with it, so I think that is way more important. Hold on. Can I really not use my speed up button here? It just won't let me. That's honestly probably fine. Because as much as I would like to speed up through this, probably shouldn't. I'm not mean. Fuck you. I've never been mean in my entire life. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to do myself a favor, because I know for a fact that, we're not going to have this Squirtle for much longer. They're going to be, you know, a Wartortle. So just give me one quick second. I'm going to get a Squirtle plush to take their place. I think that makes sense. What's the cutest one I can find? Okay, this one's pretty cute. Because the sprite has a couple issues, which is the fact that it's low res. And that's not ideal. Give me a moment, just... Oh dear lord. Why is it so hard to make a transparent image? Much better. Just put that right... Where are you? There you are. Squirtle. And then we just open that up from right here. Put that right there. That's quite large. But we now have a friend. Can put them right there. Perfect. Why am I British? Why can I not delete that image? What the fuck? Alright, it appears that it has now worked. Thank God. Alright. Remember, just because it's a new year doesn't mean I don't still have the same old jank. New year, old jank. I believe that Squirtle evolves at level 16. It's never standardized as much as I would have liked. It does in fact evolve at level 16. Awesome! And at level 15 it gets Water Gun, so that's pretty damn epic. Perfect. Just gonna swap those two around. Swap these two around. I'm just gonna start hitting Water Guns. I just started blasting. Just keep on schmovin'. Hit all of these trainers. Beat them up with the turtle. Hi, Ekans. I don't like your sprite as much as I like it in yellow, where it has a pog face. Oh no. Oh! I broke free pretty quickly. That's good. That's less ideal. Oh, thank God it didn't use it again. $16! That means it's War Turtle time! Let's fucking go. I think War Turtle is my favorite of the Squirtle line. I think it's so cool. I also think it's cool that originally none of the Squirtle line was of the same evolution line. If you look at the beta versions of this game, War Turtle and the Squirtle line were entirely different. Blastoise may have been part of the Squirtle line, but War Turtle had its own evolution. Quite interesting. Makes sense as to why it has the ears when nothing else does, though. Like the wing ears. I always really liked that as a detail. I don't know why. I just like them. I think it's neat. Also, we are doing fucking buckets of damage. Like, this is a straight-up torrential downpour on these guys. Of course, it's going to slow down a little bit, because we're going to start getting our other Pokemon soon. Of course, having a grass type is going to be pretty awesome, especially considering it's going to have Wrap, and Wrap is literally the best move in the game. Well, Fire Spin is, but, you know. Obviously. We may have an issue when it comes to getting Flash, because, I'm not sure if we have a Pokemon that can learn Flash. We might with, Vulpix, but I think Vulpix is after when I can actually, like, when I actually need Flash. Maybe Meowth can learn it, who knows. But, there's also the issue of having enough Pokemon to get Flash in the first place. Because the thing is, like, at best, we're probably going to have, like, we might only have 5 things registered in the Pokedex at that point. At best, we have 5, 7, 9, 12... Okay, at best we have 14 Pokemon. Yeah, we're not getting items. Give me those potions. Okay, I have to do it like this. Perfect. Maybe I should have gotten an escape rope. Whatever. I don't care that much. I want to get to Mount Moon in this episode. We're not going to do Mount Moon in this episode, I don't think. Did I do you? I guess I did. Did I do to you? Nope. I like this Spearow because it has a big beak instead of a small beak. I think it looks cooler this way. Very important to get money and trainers early. Because XP and all that, you may be like, oh, but what about your rival that you skipped? I forgot. Completely and utterly forgot. I said it, and I was like, ooh, Brock exists. So I fought him instead. Because the fact is, like, having these other moves would not have helped. So, yeah. Because Bulbasaur, you know, water doesn't really phase him. Let's be honest. Okay, just keep on schmoving. You're a trainer. Huh. Interesting. I did not recall that this one was a trainer. Jigglypuff! I love Jigglypuff. One of my favorite Pokemon. Oh yeah, I just remembered. This... this game doesn't have a special split. So we are going to be absolutely fucking bonkers. Why did it fail? Huh? That doesn't even make sense to me. Do. We will be making our way. You don't fight us. So we just go up here. And we're now at Mount Moon, so, yeah, I think that's going to be all for today. So thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!